Yes, people, what is going on? Hope you're all good. The Miami Dolphins just beating the LA Rams, and I hate to say it, but we are too good. We are too good. Oh, right, let's get into this game. I'm not going to lie, I actually predicted a win. I actually did predict a win. So I'm a bit baffled by how we won, but obviously a win is, of course, a win. The Miami Dolphins improved to 4-3, and I mean, we just showed up, didn't we? Pretty much all over the pitch. Of course, I mean, let's very quickly talk about Tua, because he's not the main story from today, but he does deserve to be spoken about. I didn't think it was the best performance that I maybe hoped to see or expected to see from him. But again, when you kind of play that well in every other area of the pitch, and it doesn't really matter if that sounds terrible, but unfortunately it is true. I thought we were absolutely superb all over the pitch, and Tua, there was a lot of questions about is now the right time to bring him in, and of course you are completely valid and reasonable to ask those questions. But today showed why you bring in Tua. That showed why you bring in Tua at this particular stage in the season. For the main reason being, look, Tua didn't have to go and be great today to beat a very decent LA Rams team. Is the defense showed up, the rest of the team showed up, special teams showed up as well. And of course, that then means that really you've got an opportunity for Tua to not play as brilliantly as he can do, but we still end up getting the dub. What would have been absolutely catastrophic today would have been if we had have lost and it would have been solely Tua's fault. And that is not obviously the case, which is brilliant. If we'd have won, but we'd have won in a really scrappy victory where Tua hadn't done anything, that would have been a problem. But we had massive performances on defence, especially. We'll go over to those in a minute. Special teams as well. I mean, of course, we know what I'm talking about. Let's go into the touchdowns, though. Of course, the first one came from them very early doors. They made us pay. It's that simple. They made us pay. And you can't do that against the best teams. You can't do that against the best teams. And it was a real eye-opener for us very early doors. Because if we hadn't have had that, I think we'd have struggled to deal with it a hell of a lot. So I was really quite happy almost that we did go behind and we came back as well as we did. Although it's obviously not the perfect scenario in the world, it was a real eye-opener that this is a decent franchise we're playing. These ain't no mugs, and of course, because we've got we had the bye week and they had a shorter week, that wasn't going to be the only reason we were going to beat them. We had to play hard as well, and we definitely did that, and I was really proud of that. So again, we go behind, it is what it is. The first touchdown comes in. The accuracy on the pass from Tua is just fantastic. I was absolutely ecstatic. It was on my Instagram story, which is Craigo.28 if you do not follow me. And, obviously I kind of put... I put "Don't Stop the Party" and whatever on it, and it kind of feels like this Miami team is going to start to go on this really big run. And although Tua's first game, and maybe I was getting a little bit hyped, the party is going to come. You can see that there is a genuine belief in this Dolphins team that we are going to go to where we want to go. We are going to go to what we are going to call the promised land, which is the playoffs on a yearly basis, and hopefully we can nick a couple of rings as well. But it is what it is. Of course, we go ahead. We then go ahead through which one came first. It was the Van Ginkel takeaway, which was Ogba, and I thought that. I'm just going to give credit to a lot of credit where it's due. I thought. I keep seeing these mock drafts and whatever for next season, what the Dolphins need to take and where they need to take it. And a lot of people are saying very simply, the Dolphins have to take an edge rusher in the first round. And I looked at it and I think, do we? Do we really need to take it? Because some of the defensive line work that we had today was absolutely superb. And it's even from people like Carl Van Noy. The way we got at Goff was just absolutely fantastic. Forced fumble, of course, picked up, and Van Ginkel goes the length, which is absolutely superb. I think if you would have been a betting person, Van Ginkel probably would have been the last person you expected to score, maybe bar an offensive lineman. But yeah, he would not have been high up there in the odds. To take away the dub. I've just realised I've also got a black mark under my mouth. It's a Halloween thing, don't worry. And actually, very quickly, maybe a little bit of a cheeky transition. It was like a Halloween. It was very scary how good we were. And it was almost like a real kick up the arse from a Dolphins point of view to the Rams, who definitely played better in the second half. That very simply, we were coming to play, and we did. And especially, of course, you get the you get the Van Ginkel one, and of course it goes in your favour and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, Jakeem Grant just goes on and pulls off an absolute madness, which I think they've officially ruled as 88 yards. 88-yard return for a touchdown. And again, this is what I was saying about Tua. We didn't have to be amazing today via Tua to win this game. We won it ourselves, which was absolutely brilliant. Tua is not going to be the finished article, yes, yet he's played one game, one proper game, started one game. He's nowhere ever going to be near the finished product after 1 week, pretty much. But there was a lot of people, again, calling, is this the right time to play? Is this the right time to play? Is this the right time to play? And very simply, the answer is yes. Because when the rest of the team is playing as brilliantly as we are, I mean, then it's just ridiculous. Let's go on very quickly onto the secondary as well from defence. Some big plays today, some huge plays. Not necessarily only interceptions and whatever. Tagovailoa, of course, I thought he was superb today. I probably would have him as my MVP for this particular game. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I mean, it is what it is. I thought it was absolutely superb. I thought it was brilliant. But let's go into the secondary very quickly. Eric Rowe needs to get a hell of a lot of credit, for just broken up passes. I thought some of the coverage from him especially was brilliant. There was particular times where Jones was out of the game as well, and Xavier Howard, that 1-on-2 threat, the trade deadline is coming up very, very soon. I think it is even Tuesday. People are going to be on the move. People are going to move around left, right and centre. And there was a lot of people saying about X was potentially going to be traded. And I think a lot of people especially the Dolphins circle, shall we say, just laughed off. It's one of the most ridiculous things you could possibly say. The Dolphins were absolutely superb today in the secondary, for the main reason is maybe there was the odd tackle that maybe could have been slightly better, but when you've got these two lockdown corners, plus Eric Rowe, plus other people that you need to just throw in the mix as well, I mean, people are going to struggle to pass against you, and if they can't pass against you, they're going to really struggle to, especially come back in games, not necessarily win games, because again, certain teams have got better rushers than others, better running backs and such, but to come back in a game, if you can't throw the ball, you're buggered. Like, you have got no chance at all. So it was absolutely superb to see how well they did as a unit, not necessarily individually, although there was some brilliant performances, but as a unit, I thought they were so solid. I'm a football fan or a soccer fan for you guys. A defender can have a really good game, but the guy next to him can be a little bit 50-50, but then the whole defensive unit had a good game. Every single one of these guys had a brilliant game today. Eric Rowe probably was my favourite of the lot, but I mean, that's just a personal preference kind of thing. I thought they were all absolutely superb. Of course, we then go and get the last minute one, the Tagovailoa interception, which I was actually gutted he didn't go for a pick six. But of course, we just pump it in the end. And that's all we have to do. That's all we have to do. Of course, it's an absolutely ginormous win for us. Do you know, honestly, off the top of my head, I cannot even remember. I'm not even thinking about who we're playing next week. But for me, this is the Dolphins game that I've looked forward to most throughout probably my whole time watching the Dolphins. I remember when we made the playoffs in 2017, whatever it was, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't even watch it because I was out, but I didn't get that hype. This I got the hype for, and the main part of that was for Tua. I've been out at a Halloween thing, I've come back, I'm just doing the research, I'm watching the videos on the train home. It's all the small little stupid stuff. I'm getting hyped for this team. And the main reason for that is, of course, part of Tua, but it's also the fact that we can defend, we can go forward in terms of different areas, not only going through Tua. Maybe we can still do with another running back. I didn't think Myles Gaskin was that brilliant today. But again, you can work through that kind of thing. The trade deadline, again, is coming up. Do I think we're going to go and get another running back? No. But again, if we can add someone in the very early stages of next year's draft, for the running back situation, then oh my God, what a team we could be. What a team we could be. But anyway, that's going to be it from me. Look, I think we were absolutely brilliant today. Of course, we come back with the win. I keep banging on about how brilliant we were, and I want to cement that properly. We were good. We were bloody good. We were Tua good at times. That is the fact. But again, this is a very decent Rams team. And look, I think we were the second lowest lowest amount of points conceded all season. And we kept the Rams, who have at times scored points for fun, to only, 17. I mean, come on, do you know what I mean? I'm a critic at times because I want to be, and I want to be harsh, and I want to enjoy the bandwagon and get, jump on it and go, yeah, I'm on the hype train. But also do have to be realist as well. The defense showed up massively today, a lot better than even I thought they would. And of course, look, maybe Jalen Ramsey out, but we still managed to win the game. That was the most impressive thing to me. Aaron Donald got his little bit of success, but again, we still win the game. That's what championship wins are. Just win the game. It doesn't matter how you win it, just win the game. Just win the game, just win the game, just win the game. Because although you don't necessarily want to be doing that in the regular season, when it comes to the playoffs, that's the only thing that matters. Only thing that matters. Anyway, guys, I'm going to disappear. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you also subscribe to Craigo28 Football. And do follow me on Twitter, which is Craigo... the Craigo28, and Instagram Craigo.28. There we are. Take care, stay safe, fins up, and we were just fantastic. Fantastic.